Right guys, we're out in the field today. We're going to do some ranges, but first, you've all got your notebooks with you?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Every page, so this is the first time we're actually going to be taking ranges properly. Every page needs to be marked up and it's going to be your calculations and your record of what you're doing. So we expect to see every page made up with date, then weather, and what setting you're using, your coincidence adjustment setting. We haven't done that lesson yet, and you're going to start on some of it today, but there's a specific lesson on that. So you CAS, coincidence adjusting. Now hopefully you can remember the coincidence adjusting head from the name of the part. You know where that bit is? Yeah. Good. And then the other part we're going to use is the object, what actually you're ranging on. So that's your headings. It's going to be on the top page, every page. New page every day, or every object that we're looking at. So this is the defining point, the object. And then what you're going to do is you'll do a series of ranges. So, I don't know, let's say the first one's 1,000. You're going to be looking at the one object, 1,000 reading. The next one might be 1,010, 900, 950. You're going to be writing all these ranges down, and we're going to tell you how to do that from left to right. But you're going to be writing all these down in your notebook, and we might get 8 ranges. We might get another 1,000 in there, 1,050. Might get a real offset of 1,200. Because what you'll need to do is actually work out the average of those. So you're going to have to do all these calculations in your notebook, work out the average, that then gives you the actual range. So remember, we talked about how taking as many ranges as possible. Yeah. So this is how you're going to be calculating that on every page in the notebook all the time. Right guys, what we're going to do is we're going to do lesson 3 on setting up and focusing. So this is the first time you're going to get rangefinders out of their cases. So you've each got one. I'll take over one in a moment. But if you can get your ground sheets out first, it's really sodden today. Get your ground sheets out, you're going to be laying there for a while, and get up pointing in that direction there, and we'll start to set them up. So crack on. Actually, if I take one, be good to show you, we'll talk you through it. So the tripods on these two, as you're getting your ground sheets out there. So the tripods on 2 of these are obviously the short stands infantry that we've talked about. You know, that can come out and just be placed on the floor. If you remember how to take these out, take this middle apart, take the end caps, the end pieces off, undo the straps, like so. Then we're going to place the case to one side, to the side of where we are, because we might use it for putting our notebook and things on. Let's get down on the floor. The corrugated piece on the tripod to the corrugated piece on the instrument. Tighten this up, place it down like so, and get it round and level, and then turn your eyepieces around to look forward. So do not open the flap on the range reading scale. There's no need for that, and we'll explain why shortly. But there, we're all set up and ready to go. And you guys aren't. Come on. Let's get those ground sheets laid out. I'm getting damp here. I shouldn't be getting damp. Whose ground sheet was this? Brown's. You won't get the luxury of having a ground sheet in future. You carry on being as slow as this. Come on, somebody get down in front, behind an instrument here. You get down. Thankfully, rangefinders rarely have to operate under fire. So now, you've been last man standing. Go and lie in front of them. Take your ground sheet. Where's your ground sheet? Here, come here. God, man. Stop. Make sure our buckles are all done back up, otherwise everything's going to fall out like I just had happen. Right, you go and put your ground sheet in front of them, because you're going to be the reader. You're always needing a reader. So you're going to be using the rangefinder reading scale. Now get your pocket books out, your notebooks, so that you can do the readings. And what are you writing at the top of these notebooks? Brown, come on.
The date.
The date, yeah, get the date in there. Okay, 1st November, come on. It's not difficult. Somebody's birthday somewhere. Weather conditions.
Wet.
Is it wet?
On the ground.
On the ground.
Windy.
This is your first one. We're going to learn how to do those individually soon. And then the object. So the object in this case is the white post directly in front of us at 300 yards. So that's you set up, ready to go. So is it facing, so can you know, looking along the top of your instruments, the top of the rangefinders. So Riley, if you lie down now facing these guys, so that you can read off of Fisher's scale if you need to. So keep it shut for now. I'll explain why in a moment. But Fisher, you should be able to pop up, look straight over the back of the top of Riley's head and see that white post in between your rangefinder. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Same for you, Brian. See the that white post along the top.
Yes, sir.
That you don't need to look through it at this point. That's your setup. So you know that's roughly pointing in the right, well, it is pointing in the right direction. You've got your eyepieces uncovered, the handles are down, the astigmatizer lever, both find it?
Yes, sir.
Should down, in the down position. Push, the lever should be pushed down, okay? So all pushed down?
Yeah, yes.
Now, your coincidence adjusting scale. Where's your coincidence adjusting scale?
Yeah.
That's the head. Where's the scale? No, the coincidence adjusting scale is on the inside of the lens on the left-hand eyepiece, isn't it? Is that scale?
Yeah.
In here. In here. Yeah? Can you make sure that's set at 0? You can't see it from there, Brian. You need to look in the front of the instrument. Your reader can do it for you, Fisher. Brian, you need to turn this round and look. In there, in here, no, in here, is that scale set at 0? Is the 0 at the bottom of the window there? Yeah? So that's the setting that you will get to know is your instrument, your conditions, and the suitability for the day. Now, it will be described as left or right setting, so left +2, +3, left or right. Let's say we'll work all that out in coincidence adjusting settings when we do that. But when we talk about left and right, it's when you're looking at the rangefinder like this. So the rangefinder is, you know, as you'd be using it, it's to your left or your right. So it may actually look if you were looking over the top of it. So are you both comfortable, actually, to be able to sit there and use it quite happily?
Quite comfortable,
Yeah, okay. Now, neither of these instruments, because they're training pieces, have got the rubber eyepiece attached. That might cause some problems with light coming in, but it's also, when do you think you'd have to take the eyepiece off? When you're wearing a respirator.
Oh, true.
Yeah, when you're wearing a respirator, you'd have to take that eyepiece off. So we're not going to put respirators on for this training, but this is how it would be working. So let's learn to focus the instrument. Are you both set at the minimum distances using the adjusting head? So that's the wheel on the right hand side.
I'm down at 100.
Brian, have you just opened up that scale window? But no, nobody said to open up the scale window, have they? Keep them shut. You'll learn why. It allows too much light into the instrument, so it upsets the accuracy of the ranges you're taking. The only time you need to open that scale window is when your reader needs to take that range. So, you should hopefully be set at 0.
Nothing could be seen through this.
So ask your reader.
Yeah.
Check, is it 0?
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the range.
Okay. And Brown, open it up so you can see. Yeah, okay. So you're quite right. You can't see it on your own. That's the point of having this reader in this training. He's the guy that's going to be taking the ranges. Make sure that you aren't cheating and guessing as well. So you've got that. Now what you want to be doing is look away from the range finder, from the eyes for a minute, and just rest your eyes on that white post. Look at it gently, and just sit there for a minute, and then take your eyes back to the eyepieces and use the focusing lever on that right eyepiece to bring that sort of distance into focus. So it should start to appear sharp and clear at that distance. You should be able to use that focusing lever to make it better. Even if your eyesight isn't perfect, that focusing lever will be what how you make these adjustments. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that better?
That's perfect.
Excellent. Now, what must you never look at with the rangefinder?
Sun.
Excellent. Well done. What can you look at with a rangefinder to find infinity? What's the opposite of the sun? The moon. Not quite the opposite, but yes. We'll work out how to use the moon for artificial infinity another time. So you've got that focused. Any questions?
No, Sergeant.
That's the end of that lesson. Well done. All done. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Patreon if you're able to, and let us know of anything you'd like to see in the future. I look forward to hearing from you.